Okay, so here's what happened today, and then I'm going to relate it, this is important, to how you can overnight increase your sales, increase your business 12.5%. I'm pretty sure everybody would be interested in
The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler.
Good morning, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. This is Dealer on Thursday morning, coming to you canned. Don't they say coming to you live? Well, I'm not live streaming, but this is about as live as it gets. Daily vlog. Feels live on my end. I feel lively. Well, it's early. It's 5:30 a.m. I've been here for a little while, and I thought, well, time to take a break. I've got a bunch of orders to pack this morning. I'm going to get right to it, and we'll just pick up from there. Well, I'm heading home, have some breakfast with the family and get the day going. This week is going pretty good as far as school and everything. It's been busy at work, which is always good. I think I packed orders all morning, it felt like, and I still have 2 left from last night, and 1 just came in before I left. So I'm 3 down, going into my 45-minute rush. Rockstar. I'm resorting to extreme tactics to get it done. Unfortunately, I don't like to drink Rockstar, but it sure tastes good. And it's liquid wake-up breakfast. Dealer spinning out of control. Ah! Okay, well, hey, I just watched part of my vlog, and I was out doing my run this morning, and after the run I gave sort of a motivational talk slash rant. I think it's pretty good. I think it's worth watching. You're gonna have to bear with several sections. I did a lap, a quarter-mile lap more or less, 3 times, and every time I went around one side the wind was pretty bad. And so I apologize. I will get this little windsock cat thing and put it on my camera. It's like $40, and you got to get it from United Kingdom to fit this camera. I will get one because I do spend time outside, and I'll have to stick this thing on my microphone on my camera. Anyway, I wanted to give you a heads up. Bear with that, and hopefully the message helps you. Thanks for watching. Okay, here I am, Thursday, and I don't have my wind cat or whatever the heck they call it to stick on the top of this microphone camera thing, and so this is probably going to have some wind noise. You're going to have to look beyond that, or stop watching, I guess, is another choice. So, when I run like this, today's the 4th day of running 2 miles. Here comes that wind, probably the backside will be better. When I run like this, my brain works better. Any of you that have exercised and got to some form of biking, running, swimming, that you get into the zone where you actually feel like you can maintain it for a while. Today I hit that zone. The 2nd mile, I felt like it was close to effortless, which is why, part of the reason I want to get in shape, because you get some time to sleep. Gosh, there's a subliminal message to myself. I need some sleep. You get some time to think. This won't be edited, by the way. You get some time to think, and you know, I think your body goes through some kind of a cleanse process too, and think that's awesome. So if you haven't tried exercising and getting past that point where it's killing you and you get into that zone where you're gliding along in whatever form that you do, there's a lot of good thinking that happens. Okay, so here's what happened today, and then I'm going to relate it, this is important, to how you can overnight increase your sales, increase your business 12.5%. I'm pretty sure everybody would be interested in that, but this is what came to me today. It's simple. Here's what happened today. We come out to our little circle out here, which is really super ideal for my running situation, other than the concrete, which is a little rough on the legs. But you got a bathroom out here, you got a park where I can keep my eyes on the kids, you got a place where I can see my running buddies all the time. We can all go different speeds, different lengths. So I know that this trail here is a little bit under a quarter mile, right? So a quarter mile, 4 times a quarter mile is a mile. So if I'm doing my 2 miles, it was real easy for me to come out today and do 8 laps. That just sounds like 2 miles, right? Except it's not 2 miles. It's under 2 miles. And so the whole time I'm like, all right, this is not too bad, 2 miles, 2 miles, 2 miles, except it's not 2 miles. So I got to lap 6 or 7 and I'm like, all right, time to regroup and re-gear here. I got to do 9 laps to get 2 miles. And that's exactly what I did. When I got to 8, I just said, all right, you're in cruise control. Go do your 1 more lap. You'll hit your 2 miles. So then it hit me. If I can come out and run, and I'm already out here running, I'm in the groove, and I know I got 9 in me, make my goal, even though I just said it. I mean, I came into this thinking, oh, it's going to be a struggle. Hey, it's going to be a struggle. But I also knew it wasn't enough to get where I wanted to go. And where I want to go running is I want to be able to run 4 miles, and I want 3.5 of those to be in the zone where I can shed some stress, think, maybe have a little alone time, shed a few pounds, get all that oxygen in my body, all those good things, you know. Get rid of those few extra beers so I can drink a few extra beers and not get a big belly. All right, so here's how you expand your business overnight without really doing much more. First of all, you know, I don't know if anybody out there has listing goals per day. My number that I always aim for, and I don't always hit it, is 10 listings. We've got other numbers that we hit as an office, and I prefer to do that team approach in our situation because listing is not the only thing I do. And for most of you, I know that listing is not all you do, although there are some teams out there, and if you can pull off having a team, I do think that's a good approach. If you're just a single business person, I did that for many years, and I totally understand. Part of your planning and part of your future then, I guess, would be to find some sort of a business partner, whether it's family, friends, associate, hiring somebody, whatever. I think it's a good thing. I think it allows you to work on your business sometimes as opposed to be always in the grind. That's a whole nother subject though. Wheeler allows me to work on my business sometimes rather than be in the grind. Okay, back to the important part of this, how to increase your business overnight by 12.5%. Okay, here's what you do. You have your goal, let's say it's 8 items you're listing per day. And that may be ambitious if you're part-time, depending on the size of your item, the complexity of your items. I think anybody that's serious about this business and wants to make a full-time income though, I think 8's reasonable. I think if you concentrate listing dependent on your items, I think 8 is 2.5 hours of solid focus listing. And again, some of you guys go quicker items, may need to list more items. Some of you guys probably takes longer. I don't know. I don't know what to gauge it as. Okay, you list your 8 items. Here's the simple thing. When you get to 8, trick yourself. I hit 8. Hey, I want to, eat steak this month. I want to get a new car. I want to quit my job. Whatever it is you want to do, you want to do that, list one more item. Always, always, always. When you're done with a week of that, you aren't going to care so much other than it's going to feel good. But it's not going to be that much more. You're already there in front of the computer. You've already cleaned up or folded up or whatever it takes to get those 8 items out. You're already in the game. For me, when I'm running, I'm already sweaty. I got to get from 2 miles to 4 miles a day. So for a while here, first of all, I'm going to have to do 2 miles. But secondly, to get from 2 to 4 miles, it ain't going to happen unless I do that extra lap once in a while. And then pretty soon, that extra lap becomes my mark. Now with listing, you can get on a treadmill and feel like you're a closed-in person that, all you do is list. And so there's some other things you're going to have to look at eventually. You can't just list 8 items and then 9 items and then 10 items and then 15 items and then 20 items. The business isn't scalable that way. Sure, you can focus and list 20 items once in a while, all that kind of stuff. But there's other things you're going to have to do if 8 to 9 is not enough to make it. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about you're out there listing already. You've already pushed it. You've already got skin in the game. This is a difference between being Karl Malone and Michael Jordan, okay? Karl Malone listed 8 listings every night for his long career of 20 years or whatever. And some nights, obviously, he listed 20. But Michael Jordan, every single night, had his goal, and then he went for 9. So you're already out there. You're already sweaty. The camera's already warmed up. Computer's turned on. You're sitting there typing in stuff. Go for 9. Whatever your 8 is, when you get to it, and you need to get to it, add one more. There you go. You've just given yourself a raise. All right, that sounded better in my head when I was running, and I articulated it pretty well on laps 7, 8, 9 in my head. I'm out here walking 3 laps to cool down, and I don't know, I'll probably watch this over before I release it. I hope I articulated it across. You need to play little games with yourself. You can't run your engine at redline forever. But here's another thought, and then I'm going to leave this. When you go outside your comfort zone and you got your goal of, let's say, 8 listings per day, and you're hitting that and you're stretching yourself, okay, 4 or 5 days in a row, and then you go picking and then you do it all over again. When you stretch yourself like that, you're going to learn some tips and tricks on how to make things easier. You're going to be like, wow, I did that 3 weeks in a row now and it almost killed me. But to go back to 6 listings or to buy better or whatever, that's going to come easier, okay? Now, take that to 9 for the next 3 weeks and add that extra listing. Your learning curve has now accelerated exponentially. You want to make it, that's what you got to do sometimes. All right, speaking of running 8 laps, here's Jacob. How many did you run, buddy? 10. So if you're a young guy, if you're a young guy and you're saying, oh man, dealer, I don't know how you do it. I can only run 6 laps. Well, look at these guys. These guys run 10. Ben, how many did you run? 10. And they played tag throughout the whole run. The rest of my guys. So if you're a young guy or gal, if you're a young guy or gal, you just heard my motivational rant. You got no excuses. You should be running 10. You should be listing 10. Forget about 9. I'm an old dog, man, and I can't be taught any new tricks. Teach yourself some new tricks. All right, I'm on lunch hour, and I got caught up on orders here today. There's a lot of them. I gotta go get another tote. I can't do that. I gotta do this. They're overflowing the one tote I have, so I'm gonna have to get some more totes. Down at the USPS, I didn't count them. I guess I'll count them here in a minute. And I did hear all your comments that you don't mind seeing my orders. I'm excited about my orders going out. I pack them all, and so sharing my count every day is, to me, it's really not about showing it off, although I like showing them off a little bit, I have to admit. For me, it's accountability for me too. It lets me know that all our systems are firing. Here's the output. And so it's when I do this every day and count them, it's sort of a gear turner for me. Hey, this thing is working. And I know what our average ticket is approximately per day across the board, and so it gives me a quick shot of reality too, where we are money-wise. Although, you know, I see the money coming in and all that kind of good stuff in the PayPal accounts. It's just another kind of a quick check for me. So I know if we're flying or if we're floundering. Right now we're having a couple of good days. There's 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 there, 15, 16, 2 there, 18, another good day, 21. Blackjack, going out, gotta get going. Okay, well, I'm approaching the end of my listing for tonight. Tonight it's about 10:30, and you know, oh, dealer's got to practice what he preaches, you know. So I had 5 listings, and I wasn't really happy with that, but I've done some other things tonight, and Wheeler's going to make the number. And so I was looking for my 6th listing, and I try to hit at least $300 every night, no matter how much I have to pack or whatever I have to do, and I let Wheeler pick up the slack. Now, a lot of times I go higher than that, and sometimes I have less than that, depending on what I'm listing. So I'm thinking of listing, you know, this seat, and I'm thinking, well, that isn't going to quite get me there. That's really more like a $24.99 or a $29.99 seat. And so I dug around a little bit out in my office, my back office, my warehouse, whatever, and I found these things, and I had 4 of them. Pull them out here. And you know, the boxes are all kind of crappy, or the packaging is kind of crappy. They're these wire twisters, and they're all kind of weathered in there, and I wiped them up a little bit. Ooh, man, I'm getting some funky camera work here. They're new, but the packaging is wet and dirty, like they've been sitting on a job site, which is what I think happened. And so I have to sell them as like new, used, with bad packaging. I put them on Amazon, bam, bam. I wouldn't have listed them, but I was thinking about what I talked about today, and I'm thinking, boy, you better practice what you preach. So now I've got 9 listings. Coincidentally, 9 listings and 409. So I'm going to go put that on the board. That'll make Wheeler happy. He's going to bump us over 1,000. We'll probably be over 1,100. And we've had kind of a tough week this week because we're having to struggle with lesser dollar items. We just don't have the horsepower in some of our items. Nine items, 409. So we just haven't had the horsepower, and you know, we can list, and we can buy, but you don't always have the horsepower to do 1,200 or 1,000 a night. Or we've been really hitting it last month, even with 20 days in. I don't remember, but we averaged at least $1,500 a day, which is a lot. It's a lot of inventory. So we're going picking this weekend a little bit, I think, and we'll be going on a trip here before long. And we're digging through the back stock, and there's plenty of stuff. We just have to dig and get creative and list a few more numbers and get aggressive and all that kind of stuff. I think school this week has made things a little more difficult too. So we're all kind of shell-shocked on that. That's the end of the vlog today, and you know, boy, I tell you what, the comments that came from yesterday's video were uplifting. I really appreciate that. Everybody that left a comment. I haven't answered those individually yet, but I will in the next, I don't know, probably tomorrow morning. I'll sit and do that a little bit, or later tonight when I'm editing. Again, just really appreciate that. Appreciate all the support for our vlog. We're enjoying doing it, and I appreciate it. Dealer is out of here.
Hey, Wheeler. Dealer Production.